Shine on, shine on. Whoa, y'all remember that commercial? Shine on, shine on. Whoa. Hey, what's up you guys? It's me, Lexi, and welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry. I have been gone so long. I've been gone almost a year. Like, I came back in September and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be back with all these new videos, and then I kind of dipped again for, what was it, like 5 or 6 months now. So I am so sorry. I thought I filmed this video explaining where I've been for the past year, why I've been so inconsistent with YouTube. I don't know about y'all, but for me as a viewer, when YouTubers do life update videos, they're kind of boring and they're kind of depressing. They'll be like, hey guys, so I just want to come on here and talk about why I've been gone for the past year. You know, I got like really depressed and I lost my job at Six Flags and my cat got diabetes, and I don't want to do one of those life update videos, like, respectfully, but I figured I would put my own little twist on this life update video. So I'm gonna be doing a Party City haul because my local Party City closed like last month and I got a whole bunch of stuff from there. And I also figured, you know, why don't I drink some wine, you know, loosen up a little bit. And I want to give a quick disclaimer before I show you guys what I am drinking. I am 24. Okay, I'm 24. I don't think I've said my age on this channel before. I'm 24. I'll be 25 in August. I don't want you guys to be thinking, why is this little 15-year-old drinking on YouTube? So I gotta put that disclaimer out there. But I am having the Sutter Home lemonade wine. It looked good, so I picked it up. I did open it to do the thumbnail for the video, so I did have like a little taste, but I didn't taste too much to be able to judge it. So let's open it up. Ugh, first impression, it stinks. Oh my god, I'm sorry, it doesn't smell like shit, but it smells like, you know when they put air fresheners on a porta potty, but like the air freshener doesn't do anything because the poop smell is like overwhelming the porta potty, but you could still kind of smell the air freshener? It's giving that. But I'm gonna take a little drinky drink anyway. Hopefully it's better than it smells, so cheers. Drink. First impression is it doesn't taste like lemonade, but if I'm judging it like as a wine alone, it's not bad. But the fact that it's supposed to taste like lemonade, it's kind of flopping a little bit, but like it's okay, I guess. So okay, so the first thing I got from Party City, and I'm what's that at the end of Rugrats? So the first thing I got from Party City, mind you, I have 2 bags and they're filled to the brim, so we're gonna be here for a minute. I got this bedazzled cowboy hat. I thought this was really cute. Look at the little tassels. I don't know, it's giving bob. Like, it's giving, you know when you have a bob and you're just like shaking your bob? Like, it's giving bob, isn't it? I feel like the girls that get it. My channel's for the girls and the gays. I actually wanted this for a while, but it was like $35 and I just could not justify buying this for $35. So I ended up getting this for $5 once it went on sale, and I'm so glad I got it. I actually got a matching shirt to go with it, which you guys will see later on in the video. I definitely want to go to more music festivals this year and next year, so that's kind of why why is it sticking to my hair? Very ghetto. Ah, the ghetto! But as I was saying, I definitely want to go to more music festivals this year, and that's why I justified the purchase, because I was like, well, I could wear this and the matching shirt and it could be a vibe. And I'm not gonna put this on for the video only because I put on the other one for the thumbnail and it messed up my hair, so I'll just like Photoshop this on my head and you guys can kind of get the picture. Alright, now I'm gonna have another sip of wine and then I'm gonna start talking. I'm gonna be, you know, spilling the tea, honey, even though it's like, it's iced tea, okay? It's not like piping hot, but it's still iced tea, and iced tea is good, okay? I like iced tea. Also, I have like 4 of these, so if I run out, I can have another one. Alright, so the first reason I disappeared from this YouTube channel is because last month, sorry. So last March, I got a new job, and that was great for a little bit, but the problem with that job, and the reason why, spoiler alert, I ended up leaving that job, was because I did not have a consistent schedule or consistent hours. And I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of work goes into my YouTube channel. Like, I take one day out of the month to brainstorm video ideas and then pick videos that I think people will like, and then I take another day to like make the scripts. Like, my videos do kind of have an outline of everything I want to talk about, and then I take another day to do the thumbnails, which, yes, I make the thumbnails before I even film the videos, which looks like me making the thumbnail, and then once I film the video, I will take a picture of myself from the video and put it into the thumbnail. Then I take another day to film, and I don't film all of my videos in a day, so that is one video I'm filming a week. I mean, I'm filming multiple videos today because I'm trying to get back on track for April. But I don't normally do that, so that's gonna be like another couple days of filming. And then of course I have to edit my videos, and then that's like another 3 to 4 days to edit. So I really could not make a schedule for myself, because I do have a YouTube schedule, believe it or not. I make a schedule of when I'm going to film, when I'm going to edit, when I'm going to upload. And I could not do that with inconsistent hours. My first 2 weeks of working there, I knew I would have weekends off, so I would have off Saturdays and Sundays. But the longer I was there, the more and more inconsistent my schedule got, and they just could not care less. They didn't care. It just seems like they threw me on the schedule wherever they saw fit that week. So I would go from like having off Sunday and Monday to Tuesday and Wednesday to Wednesday and Thursday to Thursday and Sunday, but I never got off Friday and Saturday ever again. And then on top of that, I couldn't even get consistent hours. So I would go from working first shift to second shift to third shift, back to first, then back to third, then back to second. Oh, look, I'm at first shift again. And you can imagine the toll that had on my body, because now I didn't even have a regulated sleep schedule. So unfortunately, for that reason, I could not prioritize my YouTube channel, and I couldn't even prioritize myself. I was not hanging out with friends. I was not getting to do stuff for myself. I was barely getting any sleep. I think it was just a really dark time for me in general. The people I worked with, I'm gonna have to do another story time on that, because the people I worked with, baby, everybody peaked in high school, and it was very clear. It wasn't everyone who worked there. Like, the night staff people were really cool, because like I said, I work third shift sometimes. The people who I work third shift with, so cool, so genuine, very nice people I will remember forever. But the morning and the day people, from the bottom of my heart, choke. They were just so mean, so nasty. Everybody was like bitter and rude, and it felt like baddies. It felt like I was working in baddies. Like, that's what it felt like. It was probably one of the worst work environments I have ever worked in my life, and it was so bad that the managers would gatekeep the HR number. That's how bad it was. Like, that should tell you something. I'm gonna have to do a whole other video on my experiences working at that job, but it was so bad, such a toxic work environment, and I'm like still a little traumatized. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm traumatized by it, because it just felt like bullying. I'm someone who, like, I'm the type to go to work, do my job, and go home. Like, I don't try to befriend people, because the last time I tried to befriend people at work, we became friends outside of work, and then we had drama, and then it was awkward. So I learned my lesson. Like, I go to work, I do my job, I go home. I can be friendly at work. I'm not befriending you. We're not hanging out outside of work. That's just what it is. And it felt like, even though I wasn't trying to get involved in the drama, I got involved in drama for not getting involved in drama. They would be like, oh, Lexi's fake. She doesn't take anyone's side. She's friends with everyone. She doesn't have a backbone. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm no one's friend. I'm no one's friend. First of all, I'm not your friend. I respect you. I can be pleasant, but I'm not your friend. So now people didn't like me because I wasn't getting involved in the drama. But like I said, that's another story for another video. But anyways, let me show you guys the next thing I got from Party City. I got this cool little disco cowboy hat, and look at it. It's giving Beyonce, isn't it?
Beyonce.
It's giving Beyonce. It's giving Renaissance. Baby, I went to Party City in like 2020, early 2022, I think. And I saw this hat, and I was like, oh, it's cute. But like, I'll come back for it. And that was a big mistake, okay? Big mistake. Because Beyonce then came out with the Renaissance, and they hiked the price up. This went from like $30 to like $45. But luckily, when my Party City was closing, I ended up getting this for like $5, I believe. Like, I think both of the hats were $5. So yeah, I got both of the hats for $10 total. Once again, not gonna put it on my head. If you want to see it on my head, go check out the thumbnail, but like, it ruined my hair, so it's fine. We're good. We're Gucci. More wine. It tastes like grapes. That's what I realized. Well, duh, that's what wine is, but it tastes like white grapes. I know that's like oddly specific, but oh my god, one more thing about my job before I move on to the next part of the video. So I had a family member pass away. That's what I'm gonna talk about next. But one of my coworkers had to cover my shift because obviously I was out, I was grieving, and then on top of that, I had to go to the funeral. So this man had to cover my shift twice. And he was complaining when I wasn't there and asking the managers if they got proof that my family member had passed away. Proof. If they had proof. Like, bitch, do you want me to show you her dead body? Like, I don't know what proof you want. Talking about, did you get proof? And then he was talking about, I don't know, I feel like she's a liar. Like, I feel like she lies a lot. I feel like she just wanted a vacation. I just feel like she wanted time off. And like, this shit still makes my blood boil because he couldn't say it to my face. He denied he ever said it. And when I confronted him about it, he was like, no, I didn't say that. Why would I ever say that? I believe he said it. I believe he said it. And my job just allowed this man to speak recklessly. And I just feel like I don't wish that on anybody except for him. I feel like when you lose someone and you're grieving, you're going through a difficult time, like you're mourning. You don't want someone over here asking for proof and like asking for receipt. Like, that's a weird thing to lie about. Why would I lie about someone dying? Like, that's just like a really weird, fucked up thing to lie about. I don't play about death. So the fact that this man was like, did you get proof? Like, it just rubbed me the wrong way, and it just proved like these people were just like terrible fucking people. Excuse my French. Actually, not excuse my French. Side note, this one woman commented on my video, the why you're still single video, and she was like, you curse like a sailor and you're fat. Why are you talking about high quality women? And I was just like, block.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that? Bitch,
So if you have a problem with me cursing, maybe don't subscribe to my channel, but it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, I went in there, I did what I needed to do, I made money. I was not gonna stay in that work environment, and you know, it also pissed me off too that like they have favorites, so they picked and choose who they let have time off. I requested my birthday off. My birthday was on a Monday. I could have easily gotten my birthday off. They told me no. No. Like, you really need me there on that Monday? It's not that deep. I understand if it was like a Saturday or something. I just wanted my birthday off. My birthday was on a damn Monday. Like, they could have given me my birthday off. I was so miserable at the fucking job. The next thing I'm gonna show you guys is this 90s windbreaker. I'm honestly not gonna lie. I got this to wear like in my everyday clothing. I love color block. I love windbreakers. I got this to wear in my everyday wardrobe. I can't even lie, like I did. I will take it out of the bag though, just to show you guys. And it's actually pretty good quality for Party City. Like, look at this. Cute, 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 cute. Okay, moving on. The next thing I want to talk about, I'm gonna give a little bit of a trigger warning. It has to do with suicide. I think this is gonna be the only part of the video where I am gonna be more serious because it's not a lighthearted topic and it's not easy for me to talk about. Last March, it's been a year already, I lost my sister to suicide, and she was my only sister. And it was really hard. It was really unexpected. You know, she was just really excited for prom and graduation, and then before you know it, she was gone. And something my family still has to deal with every day. She was 17. It was 2 months before her 18th birthday. And I definitely wasn't going to be posting because it made me depressed. I fell into a really dark depression, as anyone would, losing one of their siblings. I feel like even with the year anniversary that just passed of her death, it just doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier with time. I know some people are like, oh, it gets easier with time, but like, it didn't for me, or at least just not yet. Not a day goes by that I don't think about her. And I feel like now I live my life for the both of us. I live my life for me and her, and I try to do things that would make the both of us happy. I'm proud of myself for getting through this without crying, because I for sure thought, you know, I was gonna be bawling my eyes out, but it's been hard. Like, I can't even lie to you. Like, it's been a really, really tough thing to deal with, especially with the anniversary of her death that just passed and her birthday coming up. It's really hard. That's all I can say. I think what's also really hard too is like, this is the first person close to me that I've lost. I've lost people from my extended family, so like my step family and like cousins and stuff like that. But I've never lost someone from my immediate family. And honestly, I don't wish that on anyone, but it's really difficult, and I don't think there's more I can say. It's still a tough thing to deal with. It's a tough thing to talk about. It's a tough thing to think about, but it's something I think about every day. And I want to thank my family and my friends because they're always helping me get through it. And I feel like death weirdly brings people together, if you know what I mean. Like, it'll show you who's really there for you and who really cares about you, and also unfortunately it'll show you who doesn't. I had people who I haven't talked to in years reach out to me when they found out my sister passed away, and that meant the world to me. So it's been hard, but we've all been getting through it together, me and my circle. I feel really weird doing a segue into like something I got from Party City after talking about that, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just going to have a little bit of wine and talk about the next subject. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, I have mixed feelings about it, so before you congratulate me, hold your applause. I bought a car, and I know most people will be like, oh my god, congratulations, you bought a car, and especially this being the first car that I have ever bought with my own money. And the reason I have mixed feelings about it is because I am in debt because of this car. Like, yes, it is nice to have reliable transportation, but at the same time, a bitch can't afford it. Like, I could afford it at the time I bought it, but because I quit my job, and I quit my job and did not have another job lined up, which was hella fucking stupid, but at the same time, I could not keep compromising my sleep and my mental health for that job. I just could not do it. Like, I actually had a breakdown at one point where I had gotten off of work, and I had to work the next day, and I was crying, and I couldn't sleep, and I was shaking, and my whole body was shaking. I had a breakdown, and I could not do it anymore, so I knew I had to quit that job for my sanity. I legit could not do it. But at the same time, it was really dumb of me to quit my job and not have another job lined up, which 0 out of 10 I don't recommend. So because I quit my job and didn't have another job lined up after that, I had money to pay for my car, but I was barely making it. So let me explain what I did. So I went to buy my car. I had money to buy my car. I paid $10,000 cash for my car. And then the rest I got a car loan on and was gonna pay off the car loan every month. And my goal was to pay off the car loan in 1.5 years. So then once my car was paid off, all I would have to do was pay the insurance, but not have to worry about the loan or whatever because, you know, it would be paid off. But a bitch is struggling. I'm struggling, and I feel like that's the beauty of YouTube because you can just be real. I'm so sick and tired of people acting like their lives are perfect. Okay, I'm gonna come on here and tell you guys like it is. I'm struggling so bad. Yes, I may have a new job by the time this is uploaded because I've been going to a lot of interviews, and I got a callback interview, so I'm on like the second interview of the job process. I am struggling to pay off this car. Like, it is expensive. I bought a 2023 Mazda. I probably shouldn't say what car I bought. It's whatever. I've shown the inside of it, so you guys know. Like, I have a car and I have a Mazda, but like, it's so fucking expensive and I can't afford it, and I feel like I'm kind of living above my means in a way. Like, part of me just wants to give it back to the dealership and like, you know, just Uber, but at the same time, Uber and Lyft were breaking my pocket, so it's nice to have reliable transportation, but at the same time, I can afford it, but I can't afford it, if that makes sense. Like, I can afford to pay it, I have the money, but I'm barely getting by. Like, does that make sense? So in a way, like, I'm living above my means. Don't get me wrong, she's a beauty. Her name is B-E-A, and she drives beautifully. Great car. I am the second owner. It's a 2023, like I said. It was a huge investment, and I feel like I didn't really know what I was getting into when I got it, but part of me also felt peer pressured into getting it because my mom was like, well, why don't you get a car? Like, you have a job, you know, we're always giving you rides, and when you're not getting rides, you're doing Uber. Why don't you just get a car? But in all actuality, I wanted to save up my money to get a condo, and I felt like I could deal with like the car situation later because I wanted to get a condo in an area where there was like public transportation, you know what I mean? But I felt like my mom just kept, you know, telling me like, get a car, get a car, get a car. Like she was in my ear telling me to get a car. So I was like, okay, I'll get a car. And then I got the car and then I was like, damn. And I want to make something very clear. Just because you can pay for something doesn't mean you can afford it. And I keep saying this, like I can't like help but emphasize this, like living above my means. Cause I like to have a certain amount of money in my bank account and I don't have that certain amount of money because I'm always paying for my car. And like my car comes first. Like my car is like my biggest, well, my car and my student loans, like those are my two biggest debts right now. And so I don't have money for leisure. I don't have money for DoorDash. I don't have money to be doing stuff or whatever unless I get like, you know, a little bit of money from like my tax return like I did last month. So my car is putting me in a really tough situation, which is why I haven't been doing record hauls, because I plan to do a winter one and I plan to do a spring one, but I couldn't afford it because I'm paying off my car. And on one hand, I love the independence aspect of it, okay? I love the fact that I can just get up and go wherever. I love the fact that I don't have to rely on someone to pick me up and drop me off. But at the same time, it's very pricey. Like it's pricey. All right, so we are finishing up bag one. I'm gonna show you guys the last two things together because I feel like they go together super well. I got this 60s costume. It's a two-piece costume, as well as these orange tinted sunglasses. I got the sunglasses kind of just for everyday wear. I had something very similar to these, but I broke them. I got this costume along with the rest of the costumes you're gonna see in this video because in October, leading up to Halloween, I do want to do a video called wearing Halloween costumes for a week. So I did get this as one of the outfits I wanted to wear. And I think the sunglasses would actually go well with it because there is a little bit of orange in the costume. So these two are definitely gonna go together. All right, we're on to bag two now. By the way, I spent $30 and some change on everything you're seeing in the video. That's right, $30. Party City, like the sales are sailing. Girl, like run to Party City. If your Party City is still open, run to that Party City. All right, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was moving because, bitch, I feel like Max Keeple at this point. I'm like, I'm moving. And you guys are like, we're moving? And I'm like, yeah, like we're moving. And then I'm like, wait, I'm not moving. And then you guys are like, we're not moving? And I'm like, yeah, sorry, like I'm not moving. Like I feel like I've been talking about moving forever. And I finally have a little bit of an update on moving, if you will. So the update is I'm gonna move before the end of the year, but I'm not moving anytime soon. But I plan to move around October. You know, October is the goal. I'll have enough time to save up enough money by then. Like I said, I've been going to a lot of job interviews. I've been really active in putting in applications. I've been interviewing a lot. So I feel like I'm gonna hear something back by next month or this month. If you're watching, it's gonna be April. But my goal is to move by October. If I get back to October and I haven't moved yet, I don't know. That is my goal for right now, to move by October. I wanted to move by August, but I did want to give myself a bit more of a window because I did want to move out before my birthday, which is end of August, but at the same time, I think it's really important to be realistic. My realistic goal is I will get a job by April, before the end of April, and start saving up because like I said, I still have money left over from my last job, but the money is dwindling down. So this is the shirt I was talking about earlier. This is the shirt that I got to match with the hat. Wait, hold on, let me show you guys so you get the vision. All right, so this hat with this shirt, you get the vision, right? Yeah, I know you get the vision. As you see, this shirt has the little tassels just like the hat does. So I feel like this would be like a really cute music festival fit with some black cowboy boots. Actually, the Azalea Wang ones, the black Azalea Wang cowboy boots, I'll put a picture right here. So these, okay, with this and this, you got the vision, and some blue jean shorts. Right? You get it. All right, I got two more things left to show and one more thing left to talk about. So I'm gonna show one thing and then I'm gonna talk and then I'm gonna show you guys, you know, the last thing, and I'll save the best thing for last. I got this dress. It's a witchy dress. I like the colors and I like the jewels that it came with, so I was like, oh, okay. And that was just really enough for me to get it. It's like this velvety indigo, if you will. Like, hold on, let me show you. You see this material and you see these jewels, right? The velvet is just giving luxury, like it's giving rich. I don't know what it is. Oh, I lied. I have three things, so I'll show you one more thing. The next thing I got is this holographic. It's giving 90s pop star. It's just called a halter top. It's giving Britney Spears. It's giving TLC. I love holographic. I love iridescent iridescence. I know it looks a little cheap, it does, but it'll do the job for the video. I'm only wearing this for the Halloween costumes as everyday outfits for a week video. It does look cheap. It's giving tablecloth at a child's birthday party. I'm not gonna save this after, but I do like it. I do think it's fun. I like the holographic design. So there's that. I've been filming for an hour and 17 minutes, and this is probably gonna be like a 20-minute video. The last thing I wanna talk about is boundaries, and the reason I wanna talk about boundaries is because I'm very proud of myself. I'm doing a better job at setting boundaries, and I feel like that's worth mentioning in this video. I mean, it is a life update video. I'm not gonna lie, I used to be the girl who would tell all my business, and like, yes, I'm sharing like stuff in my life right now, but I'm not sharing everything. I'm not talking about my love life. I'm not talking about like other stuff. But I'm very proud of myself because I used to tell my business to like anyone who would listen, and I would always overshare. Hold on, my camera died. Okay, I'm back after 2 hours because my camera died. That is kind of a pattern on this channel. I need a new camera, so subscribe so I can get a new damn camera. But anyways, we're gonna keep going. The last thing I want to talk about that I'm very proud of myself for, that I've changed since you guys have last saw me, is I am doing better in my personal life of setting boundaries, and it's been helping me a lot, like tremendously. I am someone who was raised as a people pleaser. I think I talked about this in another video. I was raised by a single mother who was very stressed out a lot of the time, and I didn't want to make her life even more stressful, so I felt like I often like suppressed my own emotions. I was a people pleaser, and then that bled into my friendships and, you know, my dating situations. But I've been doing really well this past year, like standing up for myself, setting boundaries. You know, one thing I realized is like not everyone needs to know everything. I used to think, oh, you're my friend, so like let me tell you everything. And like I also used to be like the drunk girl at the bar, like oversharing with like everyone I just met. And like I have better boundaries now. You know, your friends don't need to know about everything. Your friends don't need to know about everything going on in your life. They don't need to know about, you know, stuff going on with your partner or your sex life. Like your friends don't need to know everything. Like your friends don't need to know all of your business. You can share with them, of course, like what you want to share, but I realized for me, I don't have to overshare with my friends for them to like me, and that has been like a really nice realization, I guess. I used to be the friend who I would tell people, oh, we could do stuff whenever, or oh, you can call me whenever, and then like literally the friend who you would call at 3 in the morning and I would answer. I would wake up out of my sleep to answer if you called me at 3 in the morning. But now I'm just not that girl. I'm not that person anymore. No, you can't call me whenever you want. I have a life too. Or you can call me, but I just won't answer. You know what I mean? Because I'm doing better with setting boundaries and prioritizing myself. And I feel like the friends that get it, and the friends who don't get it, they'll leave, and then, you know, that'll make room for other friends that'll come into my life. And even with the friends that I've made this year, because I made quite a few friends this year already, I've been doing really well with setting boundaries and not oversharing and not, you know, like overextending myself, I guess, for lack of a better word. Like I've just been doing really well with just staying in my power and, you know, doing what feels right for me, if that makes sense. And I'm really proud of myself because I actually ended up watching the video that I filmed at the end of 2023, which I can probably put right here. But I was talking about in that video how I was a people pleaser and I wanted to do better with boundaries, and how I would just let people walk all over me, and like, not anymore. Like that is not going down in 2025 and beyond. No, people can't just walk all over me anymore, and I'm very proud of myself for standing up for myself and setting appropriate boundaries. But I'm just very proud of myself for setting and maintaining boundaries and just doing what I'm comfortable with, and, you know, pat on the back. Very proud of myself. Alright guys, so I'm gonna finish this wine and then I'm gonna show you guys the last thing I got from Party City. How fast do you think I could check this? Ready, set, go. Gone. You can tell I went to college, right? Alright, so the last thing I got from Party City actually doesn't have a picture. Very ghetto, I know. It was the last one. Someone took it out. But I'm gonna insert the picture right here. But this is what it looks like, and this is what I got no picture, no nothing. And the reason I got this is because I love color blocking, like I said earlier. I love, you know, fun printed patterns. I like 90s windbreakers and like 80s windbreakers, but my style, like my aesthetic, I would say, is more 60s and 70s. And I really want to do something with this pattern. This is not my size. This is a male 3X, but I really want to do something with the pattern. Like, look at how fun it is. Like, I think I could make a skirt or something. Like, maybe, I don't know. But I like the pattern, so I was like, I'm gonna get this and kind of just fool around with it. And the pants came with it. I don't know, I'll probably donate the pants. Yeah, that's the last thing I got from Party City. Oh, I dropped it. So that was the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But before we go, we're gonna do Song of the Week. Song of the Week this week is Ramble On by Led Zeppelin. And I only made it this because I'm wearing a Led Zeppelin shirt. But it still goes, okay? Song of the Week, Ramble On by Led Zeppelin. I will link it down below. Go check it out if you haven't already. You probably have. It's an old song. You've definitely probably heard it before. Be sure to like this video if you like it. Comment down below. Subscribe if you want. If not, I don't care. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at YourGamut and on Twitter at LoserLikeLex. Those are the two social medias that I am most active on. And I will see you guys next week because I am being consistent all of April, all videos. I'm gonna try to be consistent for April. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.